Okay, raise your hand if you've ever changed your mind about something. Sure you have. Yeah, so what changing your mind essentially is changing your thoughts. Hi, I'm Julie Squires, and in this video, I'm going to teach you how to change your thoughts. And you're probably wondering, why would I want to do that? Why would I want to change my thoughts? Well, I'll tell you, the reason you want to change your thoughts is because your thoughts create your feelings. I taught you that in the previous videos. So your thoughts create your feelings. When you like the way you feel, there's no point in changing your thoughts. Keep on keeping on. But when you don't like the way you're feeling, that's when you want to identify what the thought is and try to change it. And how do you do that, you might be asking? Well, first, before I get to that, I want to tell you this. Here's what you need to know about your thoughts. Your thoughts are a choice. Your thoughts are optional. You get to choose what to think about everything. And what happens is most of us are relying on our brain that is on default. Our brain on default sees the world through a negative lens. It's looking for what's wrong all of the time. That's the way it operates, right? It's trying to keep us safe. But that's essentially the lower brain. That's the amygdala. The cool thing is, as human beings, we have what's known as a prefrontal cortex that lies right behind our forehead. Our patients don't have it. And what the prefrontal cortex allows us to do is to think about our thoughts and decide if those are thoughts that are serving us and choose different ones if we want to. That's the privilege of being a human being, is that we get to choose thoughts deliberately. So why would we want to do that? When you don't like the way you feel, you want to change what you're thinking. And the way to do that is to ask your brain a really great question. So here's a great question to ask your brain. How else can I see this situation? How else might I think about whatever's going on? When you ask your brain a question, it goes searching for an answer. So don't ask it a terrible question. Don't ask it a terrible question like, why does my brain hate me? What's wrong with me? Those are terrible questions. You get terrible answers. But you ask your brain a really great question about how else you might think about something, and it goes to work for you. Let me give you an example of this. I was recently on an airplane when the woman next to me started applying hand lotion, and it was very odoriferous. And again, being on an airplane, we're in closed quarters, and you smell what's going on everywhere. And the smell was really starting to bother me, bothering my throat, bothering my nose, and my brain was going crazy. My thoughts were along the lines of, oh my gosh, I'm going to get a sore throat and I have to speak tomorrow. So again, as I'm watching myself and I'm feeling this anxiety at 30,000 feet up in the air, I asked my brain that question. How else can I see this differently? How else can I think about this? And I came up with a new thought of, there are worse things I could be smelling. And literally, that, just changing my thinking to that, changed my experience. It changed the way I felt, changed the way I behaved, and it changed the end result, in which I was then relaxed at 30,000 feet up in the air, which I highly recommend. So again, put your brain to work for you. Choose what you want to think. Don't rely on your brain on default. It's just a terrible idea. We have the privilege, being a human, to choose thoughts deliberately. Tell your brain what to think. That's how you stop negative self-talk, and that's how you stop negative talk that's creating negative emotion for you in your life. So I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.